trick play yet this season?
We've had it in the game plan, and just like anything else, we have it in the game plan. It just haven't, in terms of trickery, but we did do some. You'll see against. I think it was. We threw a backside delay, tight end screen on a 3rd and long, and we came up 1 yard short. That was pretty good. Against Utah, we tried to do something where we all went one way and slid our tight end backside. So it's in our game plan. We just haven't had an opportunity to really execute. We're trying to execute the little things right now.
Is that something, though, if you can mix that in, maybe it'll give you a little bit more of a diversity?
Yeah, we did the receiver give against Arizona that we got some touchdown and a couple of you guys. So we have it. It's just it's not as magnified the way the season has gone. But it's in our game plan to try to change up the force defender. What I always tell them is if that force defender is undisciplined, we're going to attack it.
When things aren't going your way, especially in the run game, how does that affect creativity and what you're able to call?
I think it affects all the way around. When you got to have continuity. Your line and your backs and your tight ends and everything have to have continuity, because if one guy puts his hat in the wrong place, that back has the experience to know that, hey, that's his block, but I'm going to make it right. You're always, I think in football, you got to have a play that cuts the defense, a down block, pull around, then you have a zone scheme if the line is stunting a lot. And all those are, and then off those you run your nakeds and counters off that. So you have those in the game plan. It's just you want to be efficient. And efficient is, 4 yards or more on first down, half plus 2, half plus 1 on second down, and then on third down you got to convert to run the football. So that's all in the mindset and execution and having anywhere from 6 to 7 guys being on the same page and properly having the hat placement, footwork, and then have a back like I told them, have a back that if it's blocked for 2 yards, it'll get us 5. If it's blocked for no gain, get us 2. And then the little things will end up being big things in the third, fourth quarter when you wear teams down.
This is probably not a question that you want to think about, but if Faithful went down for a play or two, would you play Modster? And obviously that would burn his red shirt, but
no, we would not for a play or two. We have an answer for that,
okay.
But not for a play or two. But if something drastically happened that he couldn't come, then we would.
Go in that direction.
But for 1 or 2 plays, we've already prepared for that. We've been practicing it like the trick plays. We've been practicing, and just that, when the time calls for it, and then we'll be ready for it.
Who would go in that situation?
Advantage-wise, we've had some snaps. We've had probably dozens of snaps with them in practice.
Okay.
Would it be Modster if Mike can't go for a significant amount of time? It would be Modster first off the bench, or it would be Matt Lynch?
Right now, it'd be Monster. Yeah, he would go in because he's getting all the reps, and Coach Tui has worked with him as we were going through, and he's getting the backup reps in practice.
And what's he done to kind of earn that backup spot?
I think just his execution and the way he the leadership type with the guys that gravitate towards him. But you can never say Lynch is out of it. I don't think any kid is out of it. We just want a competitive environment. But right now, for sake, he's getting most of the reps.
Grayson obviously underwent surgery on Monday. What kind of role do you envision for him the last few weeks?
That'll be truly all those on Josh will go directly to coach. But we're here to support him, and he's a super young man and a good teammate, and we're here to help him wherever it goes. But coach has a plan, and obviously they've gone through all that.
Faithful being the guy now, and there's no question that he's the guy. Do you think maybe in some way that could help him, just clarity going forward, and this is his team now the rest of the season?
I think he's had that mindset all the way through. You read some of his goals through the summer. I went back and read some of the goals that every individual when you're trying to help him. And his goal was being prepared to be the best in the country backup, and then if something would happen, he is ready to take the role and go on. And then we got to accommodate him in what he does well, and help him all the way around, making plays and that are given to us.
So did they write that down on a sheet of paper that you looked at, or how did you know that he had that as a goal?
They wrote it down on a piece of paper.
Okay.
You had to replace Paul Perkins. Obviously, it's not easy to replace a guy like that. Is there one kind of quality that is the hardest to replace about a Paul Perkins?
Leadership. And he was he was a self-made leader. You know, he was a very quiet kid when he first came here. So you got to do the little things. Like when we'd have running back dinners, I had him organize it, and he would be at the place an hour before, made sure the seats were right, made sure everybody had a ride. And that's a self-starting leader. That's what we're missing. And I've talked to these kids about it. And he used to pull them in and do scouting report. And then when I asked him, I go, why didn't you guys do that? He goes, well, Paul wasn't here. So I said, now you're the Paul. So they're growing up, and they have an opportunity, because you got to remember, they're still young, but you know, you want them to speed up.
When guys are in practice, are you seeing the same issues with the running game that you're seeing in the games, or are you getting to games and saying, well, we didn't see this in practice, why is it not working in the games?
No, you see it in practice. And the good thing is, you know, coach does good on good. You know, when your tackle has to block tack and your guards center have to block Eddie, it's glaring, you know, and then as you work, and then the back, you know, help set up the block, or a key, putting his foot in the ground instead of going east and west. It's all in practice, and you preach it, and you know what they say, you learn by repetition, but then it's experience, and then retention, because you know, you see some of those plays and you kind of go, hey, we had success with that play, they just moved over a little bit, you know, and you still have the right fit, but you just keep teaching and keep teaching.
Great.
All right.
Thank